sketchbook video. This time I have my latest sketchbook from 2020 to 2021 to show you through. And we're going to start off with a page where I spilt my wine all over my sketchbook, which is almost like a premonition of the year to come, because it's been a really difficult year. So there is some personal drawings in this sketchbook, which could be perceived as a little bit negative, but they actually really helped me get through some dark times. So that's kind of just how I deal with things. I draw things in my sketchbook. So I don't want it to come overly negative when they do pop up. Just realize that it's me kind of just, it's just the way I deal with things. It's a positive thing, really. What can I say about this? This is just the start of the sketchbook, and drawing fairies and goblins and mushrooms and just kind of fun stuff. We got some dragons here. This is from April 2020, and I'm using the red Prismacolor Color-Ace pencils here, and I used to use them all the time, but I hadn't used them for a long time, so I wanted to get back into them, and I really love how they like shine through the ink work and kind of just, I don't know, it's just a nice thing to add a little bit of color from the sketch. And they were inked with a brush pen. I can't remember what one. I'm so sorry. This is just some more personal drawings here from April last year. I was getting into some meditation, trying to just kind of get in touch with my spiritual side again. And that was good, but I was also going through some dark times as well. And so I've got my little, one of my characters here pulling me out of a bit of a dark time there. But I actually really love that drawing. It really does something for me. Yeah, just some scribbles around here. There's not too many scribbly things in my sketchbooks. I tend to just go overboard and just ink everything because I just love lines. I'm obsessed with line work. Here's some more of my characters that from the story that I've mentioned so many times, but I haven't really gone into depth because I'm just not ready to. But I haven't really been working a lot on my story in the last year, but I have done a few drawings here and there in this sketchbook, and that just makes me feel good. Like, I know it's not actually working on the story, but it's something. And most of this year has actually been really focused on client work. I've been working on Summoner Wars this whole time, and that has really been taking a lot of my creative energy and my focus and just time in general. So I haven't had super amounts of time and energy to be working on personal work and stories and things like that. But it's also, like I said, it's been a really tough year for me personally, which is a little bit hard to talk about, and I don't want this video to be like too negative or anything like that. So this is actually the time when my life completely changed. It's one of like the hardest years I've actually ever had to go through. Do I want to talk about it? Probably not. I think we'll just gloss over it. But this was actually a tarot reading I had, and I just kind of want to jot down the cards that came up in a kind of visual way. Never actually finished the drawing, but it was just there for me to look back on, which is kind of nice. I really like this page, actually. The red pencil just shines through so beautifully. And I'm using microns here. I think you can tell the difference when I'm using a brush pen and when I'm using microns. I haven't really fully decided which I prefer. Actually, that's a lie. I definitely prefer the microns. There's just way more control. I'm a bit of a control freak with my lines. Although they are getting a little bit looser. But it's very, like, controlled chaos, I guess you could say. There's a little bit of a green man here. And a new chapter. Feels like I've been on a new chapter for a long time, to be quite honest with you. But that's just part of the process, right? Magic in the Mundane. This was just like a statement that came into my brain, and I kind of wanted to visualize it and maybe make a t-shirt design or something like that. Did not get any further than that. That's just kind of where it's at. But that's what a sketchbook is for, right? You just plop in some ideas that come into your brain, and whether they eventuate into anything is another story, but it's about getting the idea down. And you'll probably notice a lot of drawings of thorns in my sketchbooks, in my personal work, and that is really just me kind of using it as a metaphor and a symbol of darkness and depression and that kind of negative side of things. But this was actually drawn in the spring, and I wanted to kind of change. I've been drawing thorns for ages and ages and ages. It just seems to be like an easy thing for me to focus on when things are kind of not going so well. But I wanted to like twist that and make it into a positive thing. So yeah, it was springtime. All the blossoms were out. It was pretty. Moving on here, we're going very, very quick through the sketchbook. This was a mermaid that I wanted to draw because it was mermaid, I suppose. This is a Draw This in Your Style by JB Munge, with a little leprechaun dude. And this was a personal kind of thing. I was obviously not doing too well here, but I wanted to be like a little bit more positive about it. Like, I am holding the lantern, I am holding my own light, and it's about finding your own way through the darkness. And that's pretty much what this last year has been for me, without going into any details. But you know, you just got to hold on to that light, friends. You got to keep going. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep going to the next page. I can't remember when this was, but around, sometimes last year, I went to Queenstown with some friends for a trip away, and I really just wanted to draw something that filled 2 pages. That's pretty much all I wanted to do with this. So I came up with this kind of creepy tree guy. Well, he's not that creepy. It's kind of more wise, I suppose. Reaching out for some magic. Yeah. I don't really know what it is, but these things just kind of come to me. They don't particularly really have any meaning. That was a failed sketch. We'll just move on. I don't really have much to say about this, but just fun drawings. That's all this sketchbook is about, really. There are some ideas there about doing another pin-up book, some song lyrics, and a creepy fairy, which I never finished, which is a bit of a shame. Another blank page. They happen sometimes. This is actually where I go for all my walks near where I live in Hobart. It's a really pretty rivulet walk, and I really just wanted to capture the magic of it. I did kind of exaggerate a few things, but I really love looking back at that drawing. And like I said, definitely there's a bit of struggle this year. I won't lie to you. But these sort of drawings, they actually really help me. I know it seems very self-involved and narcissistic, but it's not particularly a cry for attention or anything like that. It's literally me just trying to. It's the way of me dealing with myself, and I'm just happen to be sharing this sketchbook with you, so you're seeing it. But there you go. There you have it. Whatever gets you through the day, I say. And these drawings are just for the sake of drawing. Nothing to them but good fun and good practice. And those butt cheeks are definitely not symmetrical. The right butt cheek needs to be a bit bigger there. Oh dear. See, I look at my old artwork and I can always pick something out that needs to be improved. Some characters from my story. Like I said, I haven't really been writing any of the story and haven't made any progress, but it's when I don't know what else to draw, I'm always happy to just delve into that realm and just spend some time drawing them. And it's hard because I know that I need to work on the story, but at the end of the day, if you're drawing and it makes you happy, that's really all that matters, right? At this point. But like I said, this year has been very, very busy with working on client work. And it's also been a very, very tough year too. So I'm not going to stress about some of the projects and things that I was going to work on have kind of been pushed to the side. This was actually a character I created for a new book. And what is the book called? The book is called Character Design Collection Heroines by 3D Total. So go check that out. More character sketches. What else we got? This weird anime kind of expression. And yeah, not much to say about that. But yeah, like I said, these are just drawings just for fun. This is my me time. It doesn't need to mean anything. Some things do mean some things, but a lot of the time it's just drawing for the sake of drawing. It's very cathartic to me. Puts me into like a meditative state. It really just eases my mind, really. I also like to give myself, some positive slogans here and there, witness your magic, because we all have magic. We all have something positive and magical to offer in this world, and that is definitely worth focusing on. And unfortunately, sometimes you just lose your mojo, which happened on this page. I really love that border. I think that border is pretty cool. This was my trip to Cradle Mountain in Tasmania, where I did an art quest video. You can look that up on YouTube. And that was definitely a challenge to get that working. Very rusty about drawing and painting in the landscape, in nature, because nature, it's like it doesn't want you to do anything. Either it's too hot, too windy, there's flies, there's all sorts of things that make you stop what you're doing. These were some sketches I did on Twitch, where I was streaming a playthrough of The Witcher 3. I only ever did one stream of that, unfortunately. I should get back to that at some point. Pretty ladies and a random horned guy. And some storm clouds. This was some sepia ink I was just testing in this sketchbook that came from an Art Snacks loot box. I should try and play with that ink again. That's pretty cool. This was me, contemplative drawing. I was feeling super overwhelmed with social media at the time, and I just needed a break, which I'll come back to in a minute. After this page, this was my character Pan, who's still in development, but I just really felt like drawing him again, and actually drawing a different version of him, which is kind of part of his backstory, but can't really get into it at this point. But yeah, coming back to social media, I was just completely burnt out with social media. I really needed a break. I mean, I love you guys to death, but it does weigh on you a lot. So this was a weekend where I went away in my van and I camped out in the forest with a friend, and we went mushroom hunting and we saw waterfalls, and yeah, it was just a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and it was a very well needed break. So I just wanted to kind of draw a little bit about that weekend. There's some more notes and ideas of a future project that I wanted to do, and a creepy fairy kind of I don't even know how to describe those kind of characters. I don't really think about what I'm doing half the time. I just kind of, especially when I'm in my sketchbook like this, it's just stream of consciousness. So when I come back to narrate these videos, it's very hard for me to actually find the words to describe what I was even thinking. I just kind of go with the flow most of the time. This is obviously me contemplating my next chapter in life, which I'm still doing. Yeah, it takes a while to figure things out. These are actually thumbnail sketches for some pin-up work that I wanted to do for Supernova, which is a Comic-Con here in Australia. So it's the first comic convention I've done in a couple of years, and I wanted to do a big new pin-up piece, which I'll show you here. This girl has a void in her. You can take that how you want to. I really love drawing these borders though. I'm all about little little borders and stuff. You may see recurring characters here. One day you will know who they are. But until then, it's just me having fun and not finishing some drawings. It happens, folks. It's okay. You just move on to the next page. These were just some little tattoo ideas. Nothing too interesting. And this was actually drawn at Supernova. It was a busy show, but there was some quiet times where, you know, I was by myself at the table, and you don't want to look, well, I don't want to look like bored or sad about it not being busy or not having people to talk to and that sort of thing, or selling things. So to occupy my time, I'd just be drawing in the sketchbook, and really happy I did that because I got some pretty cool stuff out of it. I got that page, I got this page, and it filled the time. There's definitely a balance though, because you don't want to look too busy when you're at a convention, because that might put people away from interacting with you. So it was a weird balance of like, I want to be drawing and keeping busy, but I also want to be fully aware of my surroundings and know if anybody wants to stop and talk and that sort of thing, because you don't want to ignore anyone, that's for sure. I also did this at the show as well, and it reminded me I really miss working in color. A lot of this book is actually in kind of like black and white, but yeah, I miss working in full color watercolor stuff. So I think in my next book I'm gonna do a lot more of that. And these are the last two pages. So a quick sketchbook, but I did this first panel to start with, just a way of expressing myself, and then I needed to finish the page and I didn't know what else to do on it, so I decided to kind of like make a little bit of a narrative there, and that's kind of me breaking through all the negativity of the last year, just like screaming it out and moving on. And to finish it up, we have a full color portrait that I just felt would be nice to end the book with. And like I said, I've really missed working in watercolors and doing more colorful artwork. And then to wrap it up, I figured it would be cool to close the book off with a mirror of the start of the book, which was a little portrait of me. I was looking very contemplative here, and so I wanted to be a bit more positive in the end and just be like, you know what? This year has been like really very challenging, but I am determined to make things better. So there you go. Wow, I finished it. It's another book on the shelf. I have another one ready to go, and I'm looking forward to making it better, doing really cool things. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.